Hey everyone, Morgan here. So today I am making my very first deadfall, I was going to call it a deadlift, a deadfall trap. I've never made a deadfall trap before, but this is a really good trap for small game and such. Now, a couple things that we have to keep in mind about traps in general is, first of all, you got to know, kind of what critter you're going to trap with this. If I needed to use this to trap rats, we have a lot of rats because like we have chickens and it attracts rats, like the food attracts the rats. Why does the food attract the rats? Well, because the rats can't get that food, right? So the rats are attracted to things that they can't get out in nature, right? So like that's why they try to get into your house, because they want, the food from the house, things like that. So in keeping that in mind, when you're using bait for any of your traps, you want to give them something that they cannot find out in the wild, okay? So your traps are, one, going to have bait that the critter, whatever it is you're trying to attract, cannot get out in the wild, okay? Two, you want to create as many traps as you can, especially if you ever see any trails or anything, anything that critters might, come across. So like you want to make a path for these trails, so like multiple trails. The more traps that you have, the better luck you're going to have at catching something. Just having one trap may not be enough to lure them in, but having a trap, like over there, well, that might be where they all, congregate to, and that's where you're going to have good luck, right? So the whole purpose of this deadfall is you put the bait on this stick, and what I would actually like a nice flatter, more round rock, not round, but just a bigger rock, because you want as much area as possible to fall onto that critter. Like this is kind of a small rock. I would definitely want it a little bit bigger, but you want it as flat as possible, because what we're gonna do is put the bait on here, and then when they're eating it, hopefully it falls right on top of them. So now let's see if I can put this back. The thing about the deadfall is that you have to make sure all the angles are good, all the tension is good. So like you may need to move it back, move it forward, whatever needs to happen. It definitely takes the perfect angles and the perfect, just everything, right? So, moving this stick forward, moving it back, just getting the angles so perfect. But it's fairly simple concept. It has the 4 sticks and the rock and a little bit of string, and you're good to go. Now, when it comes to every day, you do really want to just practice these skills. There are actually some strict laws in a lot of states about trapping and things like that. So just make sure that you're following your state laws. You may be able to do some trapping and during certain hunting seasons, it just kind of depends. So really look at your state laws about that. But in a survival situation, stuff like that, I think these would be really good options, and just practicing skills. So. All right, so there are lots of different types of traps. These are traps for small game, little critters, things like that, rats, things like that. And then, there's fishing traps, there's bird traps, lots of different types of traps. But I think, specifically for us, this little small game trap for the rats that we have in this area, that kind of thing would come in really handy. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye. See? Ah. Now what if he's just like, I'm just getting this. Ah!